a fair and just tax system is really so fundamental to our democracy, and I really believe also that a healthy nonprofit sector is, a very important element of a democracy. And what we've seen over the past 20 years, but particularly the last 10 years, is these massive cuts in taxes and tax funding, and so a lot of nonprofits shrinking. So the nonprofits that had government funding were all about trying to get it back and advocating and so on, and those that didn't have any government funding mostly didn't pay any attention. But we realized, no, we're a whole community. We've all got to have each other's backs, and we've all got to be engaged. And I think the reason why people weren't getting engaged is they just felt like, oh, I can't understand this, it's too complicated, I don't know. But we're discovering it's just not that complicated. I think it's really important, and I've gotten into big controversy about this, but I think it's very important for nonprofits to consider whether we want to offer to give up the charitable tax deduction. The charitable tax deduction only benefits 30% of people. 71% of Americans file a short form and they get no tax benefit for their giving. And it's a deduction that largely favors very, very wealthy people. Most wealthy people have said they would give whether they had the deduction or not, so it's not, So there's a lot of interesting debate, and I think people should be engaged in that. And then, of course, the other number one issue is just to really keep hammering that revenue has to be one of the solutions that's discussed. You can see in this $1 trillion debt ceiling deal, there's no revenue, and you can't run anything without something coming in. If stuff is going out, something has to come in. So I think looking at that really is super important. We have support from the Grabodi Foundation, Haas Senior, San Francisco Foundation, and we're always looking for more. We also, though, have support of an enormous number of volunteers. I work on this maybe one day a week. We have another person who works about 12 hours a week. But we have about 30 people that do some volunteering. And that is really our goal, to have it be kind of viral, to keep it as cheap as possible, to get it out there, not take money from other really important advocacy efforts. We've presented all over California. I've been in Humboldt, Fresno, LA, and we have some really solid trainers in LA that do a lot there. We're particularly, though, focused on places where there are a lot of low-income people and people of color, because we think that's, right now, you probably know that California, the majority of voters in California are white, but California is actually a majority people of color state. And so we think we want to get the voters to look much more like the state itself. And this is taking this message out, helping people understand why this is important, is a big element of that.